and welcome to the Writing Inkquisition. I have been talking about this for quite a while now, and y'all are probably wondering, like, when is this actually going to happen? So, as you know, I'm Carol Benton. My first novel is now out. I will put a link in the description below. And these are the lovely ladies that I've been talking about forever.
Hello. Hi.
And I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Who wants to go first?
Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Marie Allen, and I don't know what to say after that.
Okay, so Marie Allen and...
I'm Emerald Lee. Nice to meet you. Kind of.
Now, if you have a copy of the book, you probably recognize that name from the dedication, because she's the one who's been giving me notes, and has gotten through the entire thing, and is still giving me notes, and just putting up with all my shit, so... Oh yeah, and we can square on this, by the way. Now, again, I have been introduced before, but I have been actively writing since I was 13. I am a fantasy novelist, and I am on the final draft, I guess, because I'm not drafting more after this. And my reading and writing preferences do match. I read a lot of fantasy. In fact, that's basically all I read. And I write fantasy. So.
Alright, yeah, I've been writing since I was in high school, so I'd say probably like 14, 15, somewhere around there. I've definitely been writing since then, actively. And let's see here.
I have
notes. They're great.
Because
She's prepared. So yeah, the genre form of choice that I write is also fantasy, and only fantasy.
Because fantasy is fun.
I'm on draft 0 at this point. I am on draft notes.
Yeah, you were on planning stage.
Yes, I am world building still, kind of, and also storyline building.
Yeah.
At this point.
Hers is ridiculously complicated.
Yes, so it needs time. My reading and writing preferences do match. For the most part, it's mainly fantasy, sometimes like the occasional sci-fi, and then every now and then the realistic, well not realistic, but you know, the chicky.
The normal world.
Yeah, normal world. That's what we'll call it, normal world books.
Well, I mean, I call it flat fiction, but...
I like that, flat fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, the really comedy, chick flick type stuff, you know, like Shopaholic and things like that.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Hi, Hon.
Hi. So I've been actively writing since 3rd grade. I mean, like little kid stuff. I just kind of decided to be a writer at 3rd grade. It's a long story. And I don't know what draft, well, I guess technically only 2, but I'm gonna have to redraft it again of my fantasy novel. And I do write fantasy, and I guess my reading and writing preferences do match, like everybody else's.
Yay! We're all friends!
Yeah.
This is very good for something like this, because it means if we do get into a debate, we're not going to kill each other. Okay, so, as this is the first sort of incarnation of the Writing Inkquisition, which we are very proud of our punny name.
Oh, yeah.
We're basically going to sort of let you guys get to know us, and we're going to talk about a whole bunch of pretty closely related stuff, I'd say. So, how we met. I know I met Marie first, because we were in a Celtic literature class at San Francisco State.
Yes.
And we both hated the teacher because he was an ass.
Yes.
And he decided to, like, it was rewrite an ending or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something like that where you, like, we each had to take turns writing a line, and we were sitting next to each other. Funny story, do you want to tell that one?
Oh, Lord. If I can remember that far.
You can.
I know, but it was like 3 years ago, and I don't remember yesterday.
Okay, so what I remember you telling me was because I had moved seats. I was
Oh yeah, you had moved seats.
I was on the wall.
Oh, that's the part of the story you're talking about.
Yeah, that part.
Okay.
That part.
So, initially I was annoyed with Marie because she took the seat that I usually took, and I'm a little territorial. And
The only reason why I did it was so that I would have an outlet to plug in my computer and look like I was taking notes.
Yeah. Which, no.
I was
we were in the back of the room, no. and we hated that teacher so much. So then, of course, we have to do the whole reread and ending thing, and I don't think it was assigned that we had to alternate lines, but I know I brought that up because I've done co-writing before.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what it was. I know we did that, though.
We did that because I'm sitting here going, like, I've been trading lines with somebody for years now. Do you want to just do it my way?
And I said, great idea!
Let's do it!
So we did it.
So we did that, and, like, I don't even remember what... I know it was sort of like a vicious cycle sort of thing that we did.
It was.
Like, the whole myth started out with some, like, bullshit argument or something, and then we just ended it on a bullshit argument that would lead back to the same thing. Yeah, it
didn't resolve anything, but I think we were interested in what we had to each say about that.
Yeah, and the fact that we were both fantasy writers was like, oh, there's another one like me!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then a suggestion of yours actually led me to meet Rose, because you had taken the Business of Creative Writing class.
Oh, right.
And you were sitting there going, like, you need to take it!
That was, like, the only helpful class that I took.
For real, though. Yeah. More on that later.
Yes.
But Rose was in that class with me, and at the end of that, and we were in, like, the same discussion with too, and...
I can't really remember much.
It was a really interesting class that was actually helpful. For those of us who've been writing forever.
We were actually paying attention.
Actually paying attention. It was actually interesting the entire time. Like, all of that good stuff. And then you had we had exchanged contact info at the end of that class, and then, like, last November or something, you got in touch with me.
To make friends.
Yeah.
Friends are good.
You like friends? Yeah.
And then, do you want to take it from there? Because I've been talking a lot.
I can't remember what else to say. Yeah, and then I just wanted somebody to do notes with. Carol knew fantasy stuff, so I was like, she can be my friend. So that's what I did.
Yeah, like, Emrose emailed me saying, like, hey, I hope you remember me, and I was wondering if you wanted to, like, talk about fantasy books and, like, exchange notes, and I think I was at work when I got that email, and I got really excited.
Yes!
Somebody can help me! Because my boyfriend Michael, who you have not seen but you've heard about before, has kind of been bitching at me to get my book out for almost the entire time we've been dating. So there was that, and yeah, and he was really happy to hear about that too, because he is a technical manual kind of guy, not a plot lines kind of guy. Because he's still stuck on chapter 6.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So that was how me and Rose met. And then does one of you want to take it from there? Because I know it was my fault, but...
of us two meeting. Right. Yeah. Well, technically, we just met face-to-face just today.
Like an hour
ago at this point. But we did speak to each other via Facebook through Carol. So we met through her, Carol. This is hard.
It is.
Carol told me about another friend that she had made who was into fantasy, and she was writing fantasy and had some similar characters as me. And she was like, I think you guys should talk. And so
I want you both on this podcast that I'm planning
yes,
so y'all need to talk and get this shit sorted
that was
out.
basically how it went. And I was like, great, I would love to meet her, because I've met so few fantasy writers who are in the same position as I am, and so few fantasy writers in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I was interested, and I immediately said, well, is she free to talk?
Yeah, so then I created the podcast prep Facebook group for all three of us.
Yes.
And
we all joined.
And I shoved both of you into a conversation through the messenger system.
We talked for hours, didn't we?
Yeah. It was fun.
It was. And then we didn't talk after that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
You've been a little busy planning your wedding.
Yes, I'm engaged.
I've been working and haven't had a social life, so.
Yeah, like, you and I finally saw each other face to face for the first time since that class last weekend.
Yeah.
Like, a year and a half after we saw each other. And Maria and I haven't seen each other since February when I told her about this podcast.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We got some problems, so you're gonna see these outfits a few times, because we're shooting more than one, because it takes forever to get us together.
It does. It's really, well, we have to figure that out.
We do.
And
Okay, so, now that we've done the how we've met portion.
yes, staying on track.
Yes, and we've sort of covered the how we work / interact with each other, like, Rose and I exchange notes, and you and I, we have a weird, like, trampoline room bouncing ideas off each other.
We do that a lot. It's great to have someone to bounce ideas off of, especially when you don't really have a soundboard for that kind of thing.
Yeah, and, like, it was during one of those sessions that we came up with the giant purple squirrel. And
oh God! I swear, you would have thought we were like drunk or something. We were not. We barely drank.
Yeah,
as it is.
Like I've seen you drunk once, and that was at your graduation party, and it was because your mom was forcing shots.
Slightly forced, yes.
Yeah.
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 Awkward story.
We can do that another day. This is a writing podcast.
Yes.
And we can do that when we talk about like using personal experience.
Stay on me.
Yes. And, you know, like, do we want to talk about the canonization of crossover?
Yeah, I mean, we may as well since it's going to come up anyway.
It will come up anyway. And I have things to talk to you about anyway.
Yeah.
So, Marie and I have been talking for, like, 2 of the 3 years that we've known each other about doing a crossover with our books.
Yes.
And
because they're also very similar.
And there's world hopping involved, and weird time slips, and all this other stuff, and
some characters are names.
Some characters have fucked each other over already, and the giant purple squirrel, and
and a prophecy tree.
Yes, and that's
which I have things to tell you about later.
Okay. We have some songs for this album. And we've already started talking about roping Rose into all this craziness.
Yay!
Because, like, what we've already thought of has already set up for multiple worlds.
Multiple worlds. We can introduce yours too.
And her creature's the fair one, am I saying that right?
Yeah. Oh, they do.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
The fair one would really, really interact very, very coolly with definitely your characters and a few of mine. Yeah. Because you know Deja's going to want to try that shit out.
I have plans for Miss Deja here.
Ooh, okay.
At least how I think our collaborated stories work.
Yeah, but then we also have to think about, like, how book 2 impacts that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Because y'all will get there eventually. Well, you gotta finish book 1 first.
I know, I gotta finish book 1.
Not that you don't already know everything that's happening.
I know what's coming. I know what's coming, but yeah, I just don't know how exactly it all lays out exactly.
Yeah, because Deja's not one of the ones that remembers. But that's gonna be fun. But yeah, so there's that. So we're definitely planning a canon crossover that we're gonna rope you into.
Yay!
Yay!
That's gonna be interesting.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
It'll be part of our collaborative series.
Mm-hmm. In that case, we might need to talk to her about the short story collection that we were talking about. Okay. So, and that covers the collaboration thing.
Yes.
Which we've not actually put into practice quite yet, but we're definitely planning to.
Yes, planning. I think it would be good if, since she's already got her first book written out, I need to get mine out.
Yeah,
written,
I figured
written and out, yeah.
And since events that happen in the actual crossover affect book 3 of mine.
Yeah.
It's a nice kick in the pants to get her to start writing.
Yeah.
So I'm a horrible human being.
No, it's okay, it's good for me.
Yes. And you are getting very far, because you're on, what, 13, chapter-wise?
Finished 13.
Right, you're
chapter 14. Forever. And it's out of 20...
20-some odd that you've got
Oh my god,
planned?
you already know how many chapters you've got planned?
425. I have to redraft a bunch of stuff, so then now I'm like, ooh. I'll probably just be like, I can just mush this into one chapter, and it can just be a really long chapter. But I have to redraft stuff.
Yeah, and like, the chapter lengths that I sent you were like the 4th version of chapter lengths for me. Because I used to have it as like 5 pages single-spaced per chapter, and now like you've had to slog through like 10-page chapters.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do the short chapters either unless I'm transitioning between character thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, honey, no. No. Because see, Marie is planning on doing like a semi-allegorical retelling of a whole bunch of fairy tales, so it's kind of Into the Woods, Once Upon a Time-ish.
Yeah, basically.
Except really, really, really complicated.
Yeah.
So I don't think short chapters are gonna work for you.
No, they're not.
I love you, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna
No. No.
happen. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be rambly, sorry guys, but in what ways do we encourage our writing? So basically, like, those of you who are watching who are writers, you know you're not always in the mood for writing, but it's gotta get done. So how do we get around those like lethargic states and writer's block and all that stuff?
Let's see here. For me, I have to usually remove myself from my familiar place, which is usually my apartment.
Yeah.
So I usually go to like a cafe where I'm surrounded by other people who are also on the computers and doing things that they should be doing to get me in the mood. So I like background noise, even some that I don't necessarily have control over. Although it does get a little hard when it's loud.
Yeah, that's always
the hardest part. But then that's when you pop in some music.
Yep.
And I actually like to listen to a lot of gaming type music. I feel like it helps me because then I don't get any words.
That and there's actually a psychological component to gaming music where
Really?
yeah, because it's supposed to like drive you forward.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like especially if you're writing a battle scene, throw some battle music, girl.
Yeah. No, seriously, I can envision a battle scene happening when I listen to any of Daniel's music.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And what about you, Emrose?
Well, for the past several months, I've just not been writing. So, not months.
No, not
Weeks?
months. It's been a few weeks since you
feels
sent me a
like
chapter.
months.
Feels like
It does,
but yeah. But right now, what I have to do is if I'm gonna be typing something, I have to make the font white because right now I just hate all the words I put down. So that's what I do, and then I'll either set a timer for 10 minutes and type like as fast as I can, and then in those 10 minutes and then stop and take a break, or I handwrite, which I've been planning to do for like the past week. Because if I handwrite stuff, I feel better. Yeah. Or I'll read a book that I really like. Those are kind of my two.
Like, give me inspiration.
Yeah, give me inspiration.
Help me.
Yeah. Those are my two things.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then you sort of addressed this already with the background noise thing. Like, I feel like your tactic is good of like having people that you're not really familiar with, because you and I barely get any writing done.
No. It's like almost impossible. What we can do is take notes.
Yeah,
when we're
because we're too busy laughing.
Yes.
But having the background noise, like not having it too loud and all that stuff. Like I know I can do some background noise, but
I mean, it's people around me who are not talking to me. It's usually better.
Yeah, because it distracts that like one part of your brain that's going like, oh look, a shiny thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about you?
Nowadays I have to have some sort of, it's ironic, because I like going to coffee shops for the noise, and then I end up putting in headphones and not listening to the noise. But I'll do gaming music too. Do you guys know Journey?
Oh yeah.
So the soundtrack for Journey is
amazing.
It's so amazing and pretty. So I found if I'm stressed out or not able to write, if I put that in, I just start writing because it's so pretty.
And honestly, that fits the tone of your writing anyway.
Thank you. Yes, that makes me happy.
Works for you.
It's
Yeah.
super pretty. But I also go to this noise site. So it has like rain.
So like an ASMR site?
Kind of. They're like sound generators.
Yeah.
So there's rain, but then they also start doing really cool stuff like siren song. so it's like, and this one's a random one, but it will be like ocean sounds and like weird chorusy things. So you can have it animate so it will slowly go up and down, and it doesn't sound like it's repeating itself, which is what bugs me.
Yeah.
But it's fun because you can be really nerdy. So like if you have your characters in a campfire, you can put on campfire noise.
Like, I need to
with
get in the mood for this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
you
it's
need
like
to give her the site.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just put it on the podcast.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I am
because we
so
need this.
excited
Yeah.
right now.
It's so cool. So what I ended up doing is you can donate once, and then you get a lifetime access of like all the sound generators. So I just paid $5 because I was like, I don't care. And so that's why I have like the siren song one is my favorite because it makes me feel like I'm a mermaid. Because mermaids are cool. So, but
and you haven't touched on it yet, but there could very well be fish pheromones.
There are. There are in the thing that you read, but I didn't convey it well enough.
Okay.
And also I glossed over it. So you
And
probably
also I
forgot
have
it.
a really bad memory. So.
Yeah, so there you go. So, yeah. So there's fishies in that. And then I can't handle it, like, if I'm in a room and it's really loud, but I can hear one person above all the other noise, then I can't focus.
It's like, you're not being part of the group!
Yeah, you have to be part of the group, then I can, like, read, and I'm fine, or write. But
Yeah, so you need more, like, white noise type things.
yeah, but I
Okay.
also do classical music, or I'll do, like, music that's not classical if it's, like, a song I'm really familiar with.
Yeah.
Because
like,
otherwise I'll get distracted and I'll start
Yeah.
listening to the
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, it has to be stuff that you're not necessarily familiar with, unless you've imagined a scene specific to that
Yeah.
music, you know, that you've already
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, my new favorite one is, it's not really new, actually. I've been listening to it for years. It's this group from Japan. They're called Films. So you can't find, like, anything since you search films and it's just film stuff.
Yeah.
But they have weird ambient music with vocals, but the vocals are really faint, and they're also not speaking any language.
Okay, so
So
it's
it's
more like
just
a
like,
Gregorian chant or something?
Yeah, so they're, like, really pretty, like, random stuff. So I listen to that all the time, and that makes me write.
When is the best writing time for you as a writer?
For me, it used to be nighttime, but, you know, since I started working full-time and then not full-time and then my schedule got all crazy, nighttime is no longer really good for me unless I'm already inspired to write.
Yeah.
So what I try to do, if I have time in the morning, I try to write in the morning.
Yeah.
It just helps. And plus, I'm awake. I have my coffee. I'm all in my PJs, and I'm still like
Yeah.
waking up. But it's nice because I can just go on my computer and type away, and no one's there. So.
I used to be an afternoon person because it would be like I would wake up really late in college, so it felt like morning,
Yeah, well.
but it was really afternoon.
Yeah.
So then I would sit there and
It's
write.
college.
Yeah, so then I would sit there and write in my pajamas, but now I can't write in the morning or the afternoon because I'm working, so now it has to be nighttime. But lately I've been so tired that
Yeah.
that's not been happening.
Like,
So.
you and I have been having, like, the same but opposite issue. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I work retail right now, and I have the closing shift, so I'm out at work until, like, 7:15. And it doesn't sound that late, but then I have to come home, eat dinner. Sometimes I'll have to drop Michael off at his game development group. If it's a particularly busy day,
Yeah.
So now I have to, like, write in the morning or write while I'm at work, which is why notebook is gone. But it's not easy when you're interrupted every few seconds by small children going, shiny! And wind chimes and singing bowls and shut up! But, like, I think it's safe to say all three of us have been forced to adjust our writing schedule.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I work from 8 to 6, so
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, and I'm
Tired.
noon to either 7:15 or 9:15.
Yeah, no.
And it's just, no. I used to write at night or during class, because,
I wrote during class too.
yeah.
That's like all I did.
All three of us did that.
That's what you do.
I will admit, for me, it's been harder to write scarier scenes or scenes where, like, you know, something's mysterious or...
Yeah, you kind of
know,
need night for
You
that.
need night for that.
Or at least dark, and that's
Dark.
really hard in an apartment.
Well, unless your apartment is dark. But
Yeah.
mine is not.
Yeah.
It has a lot of light, actually, for the few windows it has.
Yeah, that'll make it a little harder.
But yeah, so Yeah, I mean, it's a little harder to write when you don't have that atmosphere, too.
Yeah.
When you're trying to write a specific kind of scene.
Yeah.
So that can be challenging.
Yeah, that's always harder, and, like, I can't write in the morning. Like, I feel so bad when you send me a chapter, and I'm like, crap, I forgot to give her notes again because I was too tired to read it.
No, that's okay. It take forever.
Yeah, but, like, we've all been forced to change our writing schedule. Like, I think you're handling it best. Because, like, I have a paragraph of one scene and, like, 3 handwritten pages of another in my notebook right now.
And I just say, oh, I'll write tonight, and then I
And
go.
no.
And I eat dinner, and then I watch Inuyasha, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's another thing, to get hooked on a TV show.
Yeah. No, there was a weird point when I binge watched all of the 10 seasons of Bones that had already been out.
Oh, really?
That I was just writing really easily. I don't know what it was, and I tried to do it again, and it didn't work.
Just because you realized it. I'm hoping the same thing will happen now that I'm on a show right now, and I'm like, okay, I should write something, and I'm like, another episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Play next episode.
Yes. Like, what I'm most afraid of, I think, is, my mom picking up the book and reading it. And I'm just thinking, like, if there's any dark stuff in there, it doesn't actually apply to me. It's
Oh my God.
really for story's sake.
Okay, no, on that note, like, my mom, who is an avid reader, loves stories, was very, very happy when I actually started getting into reading, and was very proud when I started writing, has bought the book, has not read it yet. Because she's terrified that she's not going to like it. And she has an awful poker face, and she doesn't want me to know she doesn't like it.
Oh.
Meanwhile, my father, who I've never seen read a book in my life, doesn't mean he hasn't, but he's much more of a watch the game kind of guy, has read the book. I'm very confused by this.
Is that the irony?
Yeah. And at one point he was talking about, like, how part of my family is psychotic. He was talking about, like, maybe passing along the link to them, like, don't do it.
Oh, no.
Don't do it. They're the kind of people who are like, Harry Potter is evil because it's magic.
Oh, God.
Yeah. There's a reason I'm not introducing you to that. And then, like, he read a bit more when, like, more magic started getting involved. He was like, yeah, that's not going to go over well with them.
Considering Harry Potter is, like, my religion here.
Uh-huh.
Yes, me too.
Alright.
Yeah, because, like, I know the wedding is going to be Legend of Zelda themed, but
Yes.
I've been seeing you post so many, like, Harry Potter party
I'm
things.
taking advantage of the fact that I get to choose my bridal shower theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be Harry Potter.
Yep. And all 3 of us have massive respect for Harry Potter and all of that. Just
J.K.
because.
Rowling.
Bow down, Queen! Queen!
Yeah.
Queen! Yeah, so there's all of that involved, and it's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's definitely going to be fun. So I think we've gone off track on the writing part.
Yes, we have. We have.
So thank you for joining us for the first
Yes,
Writer's
thank you.
Inquisition. Again, I am Carol Benton,
Marie Ellen.
I'm Rosalie.
and we will see you on the next one.